Today we are going to look at some more unfinished business. While we always need to focus on the finished work of the cross, we also need to be mindful that there are some things that are unfinished. And one of them is us. You are unfinished. We are unfinished. You see, Jesus said, "It is finished." He didn't say, "You are finished." And that should be comforting to us because we are all a work in progress. We haven't arrived at perfection yet, and Jesus is still doing a wonderful work in us. You see, sometimes we can get condemned and feel guilty when we don't measure up or when we make mistakes, but we need to remember we are still unfinished. Now, that shouldn't cause us to be passive at all, but it should also help us not to be too hard on ourselves. And we read in the Bible in Philippians 1 verse 6, Paul saying, "There has never been the slightest doubt in my mind that the God who started this great work in you would keep at it and bring it to a flourishing finish on the very day Christ Jesus appears." So that is good news. The work that God started in us when we got born again, He will continue with, and He will bring it to a flourishing finish. So we don't have to do it in our own strength. We can rely on Him to do it in us. And then Paul also said in Philippians 3 verse 12, "I don't mean to say that I have already achieved these things or that I have already reached perfection, but I press on to possess that perfection for which Christ Jesus first possessed me." So I love what Paul is saying here. He's saying, I am not perfect yet. And thank God, that comforts us. If Paul wasn't perfect, we also don't have to be perfect. But he goes on to say, this doesn't cause me to be passive. I'm still reaching out for all and everything that God has for me. So today I want to remind you that, we're not perfect yet. We haven't arrived yet. We are not finished. We are still a work in progress. But that should also cause us to be intentional to continue to reach out for all that God has for us. So let's choose today to be patient with ourselves, to remember we haven't arrived at perfection yet, but let's also be intentional, like Paul, to reach out for everything that God has for us. You are highly favored and deeply loved.